different is this? Having everybody run right at you as soon as you walk in.
It's very exciting. Yeah, it's different, but it's what I expect. It's what I'm used to. It's what I want. I'm in the spot that I want right now, and I'm very used to it. And this is what I've wanted since I've been here.
Do you go into camp knowing this is my job unless I do something weird? Is that the attitude?
I have no other way to go about it. I have no other way to expect it. And I'm sure some of the other quarterbacks also feel that way. But going into my senior year, I feel like I have nothing to lose. I'm going out like it's my job, and I'm going out there playing with all the confidence in the world.
What do you think separates you from everybody else?
My knowledge of the game, I think, is very high, not only around here, but across the country. I really feel that way. Also, I feel like I can make plays with my feet. Not that the other guys can't, but I'm very open, taking some hits, and whether it's in the quarterback run game or making some scrambles for some plays, and just making plays in general.
You won last year, arguably the biggest game for this program when you went into the Ohio State game. How much confidence does that one game give you going into this season?
Yeah, there's no doubt it provides confidence. But I have to say, before that game, I had all the confidence, and before the game started, we had all the confidence in the world that we were going to win that game. But knowing that we went out and did it against a great defense, a lot of players that are in the NFL now and things like that, provides confidence that we can go out and do it against anybody. We just have to focus and put in that hard work and believe that we're going to go out and do it because that's what we did that game.
Obviously, D'Antonio, he's not going to name a starter outright. But do you kind of feel like right now it's your spot to lose in terms of, what your competition is?
I think it's the mindset that every quarterback has to have at this point. But personally, yes, I do. I feel like as long as I keep doing things right, I will be playing as much as I want to play. So that's the plan. But we really look at it as competitions against ourselves, not against each other. So we kind of view it to get better than you were the day before. It's how we always say it in our room. So that's more our main focus, not necessarily to compete against ourselves. But if I compete against myself and get better every day, then I think it'll be mine.
3 days into practice, anything different from the spring? What's it been like so far for you?
It's definitely a different atmosphere. It's easy to go out there in the spring and play. There's not as much pressure. You're not preparing for a team or anything like that. But it's definitely a different mindset. We know this is real. But at that same point, it's the same guys out there. We had some new freshmen and everything like that. But a lot of the same core guys, the same beliefs and everything like that. So it's a very comfortable feeling, I think, for all of us. Coach D looks for consistency, not only making plays but avoiding the bad plays. So I think as long as I keep doing that, I'll be all right.
And that's the same for when the games start too, the same thing.
Yeah, we got to put our team in good positions and avoid the very bad situations. Things are never going to be perfect. It's kind of something that's very well known at the quarterback position. So as long as we avoid those very bad plays, the plays that can beat us, I think we'll be okay. But at the same time, we're going to be asked to make plays that will win the game as well. Right. Yeah. Obviously, there's some older guys, Monty, RJ, some of the older guys, and Felton even. But there's some young guys we really do have to bring along. That maybe did their own thing kind of in high school, but now we have to get everybody on the same page, which is very important, not only for returning players, but for all the new ones as well. So that's very important. We don't want any season like we had back in 2012 or anything like that. We got to get everybody on the same page, thinking the same way and doing the same things.
Connor Cook, the winningest quarterback in school history. How much pressure do you feel to step into those big shoes, so to speak?
Yeah, I don't feel too much pressure. Like I said, I'm very confident in what I can do and what I've done. Now, obviously, I wish I could do it more often throughout my career, but I'm stepping in this role with nothing to lose, I feel, and everything to gain. So I'm very excited about the pressure. I've told Coach D I want the pressure and everything on my shoulders. So, like I said, I come to Michigan State to play and to be in pressure situations. So that's the way I look at this.
Team goals, the same as they've always been. You guys talk team goals at this point. You keep
Yeah, we definitely do, and our mantra, Coach D said it back to back, and that's the goal. And once we do that, things like after that take care of itself. So that's our goal. We have no reason to think that we can't do that. So that's what we have in our heads, and we're very confident about it.
How much easier does it make it for your job having this running backs behind you?
Oh, it's awesome. We have 3 or 4 headed monster behind us with. And people like to look at our O-line and say we're very inexperienced, but we have a lot of guys that have played, a lot of guys that have some very good experience on the offensive line. So once they gain that chemistry, just like myself, the other quarterbacks need to do with the receivers, we'll be just fine, and that's something that we have to do every year.
And Coach, you talked about them having like all different traits. Is that something that you kind of see too?
Yeah, for sure. They definitely bring something different to the table. There's some short down backs. There's some guys that can go the distance, go 80 yards, and things like that. So we'll feel that out, and Coach Warner's going to do his best job to situate that out. But we're very confident in our backfield right now, and we just got to get everybody on the same page.
I'd like to have a guy like Josiah there too, who's been
yeah.
through everything. He's
Yeah.
going to help you out a ton.
Yep. Him and I have also, we've gone through all the clips of completions between him and Connor, and how they were thinking on certain plays. Josiah has his own ways of getting open, and that's a trick in itself right there. So we've gone through everything, and we've been throwing for the last 5 years already. Now that hasn't necessarily been in the big pressure situations, but we're very confident where we're at right now.
You mentioned young guys that some young guys that you guys could bring up. What about Donnie Farley? What have you seen from him?
I think one word to define Donnie is very electrifying. He just brings a certain it's a very athletic guy that can do a lot of different things, go up and catch the ball, but at the same time get some sweeps around the edge and just make plays. We got to find ways to get the ball in his hand, and the coaches I know will do a great job of that. But I think there's no doubt he can help us this fall.
Thanks.
What are the